Good?
This is great right now.
Okay. It is the rundown. It is Wednesday, June 21st. It is brought to you by Montbeau. Promo code rundown 2017. 20% off with your first order. Must spell twice. MOTTANDBOW.com. MOTTANDBOW.com. Montbeau sells high quality jeans at a fair price. Normally jeans this good are at least $200. They sell them for around $100. A lot of people ask me why I wear jeans. It's because of Montbeau. Because when I stopped wearing jeans, our sales staff actually sold me as the Montbeau spokesman. So here you go, jeans. Use the code rundown 2017. Again, you get 20% off your first order. Quality jeans at half the price. Good deal. My dad, clearly in the office, his Father's Day present to himself was to come join us for the day. So welcome. In a weird move, you requested to. I mean, you watch the rundown every day, right?
I do.
So I sit in that seat every day. That's just kind of the
So
layout.
maybe I'm showing, ultimately, maybe you're not in charge. I just kicked you out of your seat.
You asked.
I don't think you had much choice, really.
Oh, I don't even know what that means. I could easily said no. You said, could I sit there? I said, yes. It was a weird thing.
And I probably would have pouted.
And you're wearing, and he wants everybody to know, duly noted, you're wearing pants.
Yes.
Because last time, as you said, you got savaged for
Because
wearing.
I was wearing shorts and you could see up my pants, up my shorts.
I don't think you could.
It was vicious. It was vicious.
The beating you took, you mean?
Yes. And I knew that was what was going to happen.
Yep, but you
You remember when we did that, I asked that I not sit, we were sitting on a couch, I think. And I said before we started.
Now we're going to have to get the back clip of what he's talking about to see.
No, that wouldn't be on a clip. Well, you could look at the clip, but before we started,
definitely
I
on
said
a clip. It was on the internet.
Before we
for
started,
sure.
I said I don't want to be. I feel like I'm 2 feet tall, and you just ignored me.
I don't remember that at all. We were probably all sitting on the same couch, no?
I was in the middle, and I was much lower than everybody else for some reason.
Because, well, I do remember because you're shorter than everybody else.
I'm saying it was beyond that.
Okay.
By the way, I just want to comment. You talked about jeans before with me, and I'm not a good customer for them because, according to you, I get the jeans from LL Bean, and I keep them for a few years and just return them and get a new pair.
That's the truth.
Well, I don't remember that it was jeans. I don't remember that it was jeans.
It was. LL Bean has.
So I wouldn't be a good customer for this company because I only borrow the jeans for a few years and bring them back.
LL Bean has a policy.
Swap them out?
No, LL Bean has a lifetime warranty on everything they sell.
Which
my dad
accepted.
abuses and the Portnoys abuse, and he wears jeans, and then like 5 years later, is like they faded, and he's like, I need a new pair.
And they're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
I can't.
it's not supposed to be how you.
And the last thing I'm
use
going
that.
to say about the last thing I'm going to say about that, I couldn't be the
First
only.
of all, the last thing you just brought that up unprovoked.
All right, and I couldn't be the only one doing it because recently they announced they're going to stop doing that. So,
Okay.
and I don't think it was just because of me, right?
Probably not.
All right.
First story up, this train backwards going through the streets of New York City. Nobody on it, just flat. It looks like it's going like 30 miles per hour backwards. Ghost train. I guess it ended. No one died, which is sort of surprising. Just smashed into a bunch of cars, but that is New York City. Dad, you seem like somebody who couldn't last too long rolling around the streets of New York. What do you have on this video?
Certainly, if there was a bus coming at me with nobody on it, I think I would be a little nervous.
Yeah. All right, good take. Riggs, what do you got? It was.
I mean, he basically said what I was going to say. If you're walking down the fucking street and the bus is flying backwards, you know, like they say when a tornado's
I think I would
coming?
get out of the way, right? Yeah. Sounds like a reasonable reaction.
It's very New York, though. Very like you never know. Clem kind of said New York's just. It's almost not surprising. Almost like you won't even take a video. It's like,
You know,
oh, there's
the difference between you and I is this. I asked you a little while ago, did anybody get hurt? And you said, I don't know.
I didn't read the
You
end
didn't
of the story.
care. You didn't care whether anybody
Well,
got killed.
I figured it would have been, if somebody died, it would have been part of the headline.
Yeah, and that also dictates like how much we can talk about.
Right,
if somebody
correct.
died,
So
right.
if Clem blogged it was making jokes, I figured no one died.
Okay.
Company policy,
Yep.
unless it's a different country.
Dwight, exactly. Dwight Howard, and that is like the two places that would happen in like, I don't know, India or like New York City. Like that's the only
Right.
places ghost vehicles like are flying down the
In
streets.
India, like 10 people died, but we could still,
Totally.
yeah.
And then
That's
like,
not a big deal. Is that what you're saying?
you got to stop
Right.
interrupting. Like in the middle of every time I start talking,
All
you
right,
just jump
okay.
in.
All right, I will say.
Because I had a funny point that you lambasted there, but I was gonna say, and then a tiger would jump out and like eat you after, but you jump in with no
I
seemingly
apologize.
sense of who is talking.
I apologize.
Dwight Howard. So Dwight Howard got traded. Very Dwight Howard moment. So Dwight Howard just started a Q&A, I think on Reddit. Was it on Reddit, Coley?
Twitter.
Twitter. Yeah. And talking about the trades. Like, what's everyone think about, like, the hot stove of the NBA? 5 minutes later, Dwight Howard is traded while doing the live thing. Dad, I know you're not a huge NBA guy. What are your thoughts on Dwight Howard? I don't even know if you get that this is a Dwight Howard thing.
All I know about him is he may be I'm trying to think of the right word. There is nobody that uses his natural ability less than Dwight Howard. I mean, he's a freak. He could be such a dominant player, and he's not. And it's unfulfilled promise, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. Riggs?
I just think that I can't remember of one good example where a Q&A, like an internet Q&A, went well. I feel like every time it happens, it's a fucking
always
train wreck.
something.
Or it's like, put your caption on this and it turns into like some super racist thing. Obviously, this happens to Dwight Howard 5 minutes after he's traded. People just can't be doing Q&As. You can't set yourself up like that, especially at a time right now when shit's going down. I don't know. I don't think it could
It is a
possibly
big
end
setup
well.
to do it. And Dwight
Right.
Howard's Chris Bosh. They're like the same guys, sort of, in the sense, like, they all just have those moments like, oh, that's so Chris Bosh. That is so Dwight Howard. Like, it's just everything he does, he steps in poop. That's just like who Dwight Howard is. It's been that way forever.
Yeah, it was almost as soon as you know he's doing a Q&A, you're like, something's going to fucking happen.
It's almost like they
tune
did
into
it
this.
for that reason.
Like they were waiting. As soon as he's 5 minutes in, boom, let's
trade.
go. Right.
I don't think we've talked about this, but it was a slow day. It's summer months, summer weeks, July. People start going on vacation, whatnot. But this story, I've been meaning to talk about it. The Phelps is going to swim against a great white shark. They're going to race each other. This hasn't been on the rundown, right?
I saw it somewhere that you had it.
Did
It's
we
been
have
blogged,
this?
I feel like, a couple
Blogged,
times maybe, but I don't
but-
think it's been run down.
Discussed. I'm a great white guy. How are they going to do this? How do you get a great white to like follow instructions to run or do anything or swim?
I don't think it
like
runs,
you open
right?
a cage. He doesn't know to swim. It's not like you're chasing a rabbit like a greyhound. How are they going to do this? And what happened? Obviously, he's not faster than a great white.
Well, I feel like the only way you can get a great white to do anything is with like blood, right? Like you put blood somewhere and it just swims to it.
And they're not going to be. It better not. It probably is. It's going to be for Shark Week, which jumped the shark. No pun intended. But
Nice.
yeah, that was pretty good. It's going to be like split screen, right? They're not going to be. Is he going to be in a pool? Does anyone know the answer
It's
to
going to
this?
be a complete dog shit. Like it's not going to be a real fucking thing. It can't even be close. The shark would just toast him. I mean, it's a fucking great white shark. It's not even close.
Dad?
I just comment on Michael Phelps. I mean, when a guy does something like that, isn't that kind of an indicator that it's over for him? No pun, but he's jumped the shark, so to speak. I mean, he
Nailed it. That was genius. That was
Yeah, I said that, right?
almost like you guys are like the same blood.
You know, I did that like 2 seconds before you did.
I didn't hear you say that. I didn't.
I did last shot.
I didn't hear you say that.
I literally.
I mean, that was
Point, I wasn't sure. I even
That was
said
an unreal
it.
pun.
say that?
was great.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
The fact that you said it without realizing he said it is
He
even
had
better.
me confused on whether I said it.
He just-
because it's like there's no way he just did.
He clearly had just blocked you. I was waiting for you to shut up so he could use the pun.
I think that's true.
but there-
I was going to say what about Michael Phelps.
there's no way you would have ever said that without me saying it right before you said it.
Can we edit this out of there?
No, I mean
This
it's
is almost like the
live.
Chicago thing.
Chicago, you do say that funny. Okay, moving on. George Clooney, and another, I hate to keep saying kind of slow.
I'm
day.
listening this time, man.
So George Clooney just sold Casamigos, I believe is the name of it, tequila company for $1 billion. He started it just because he wanted to taste good tequila. I hate stories like this. Like George Clooney's probably already like a multi-zillionaire. Just sells a tequila company for $1 billion. Is it just because it's Clooney? Like, can we start a tequila and be like, we want it to be good, or an alcohol?
No. I was going to say it's Clooney. Anything Clooney does or tells people that he does, people are going to get into it. If it was like a fucking broccoli company I feel like it'd be worth $1 billion because Clooney's doing it. Clooney would be eating it. Whatever. We like people like us. If we started the exact same tequila company, exact same ingredients, whatever, no chance. Like it would not get past our little circle.
George Clooney? Thoughts on George Clooney?
He may be jumping the shark. I don't know. He's in a good place to be.
I don't know what that means.
Well,
He's just going back to the well
exactly.
with something. People around here are laughing, so he's like, I'm just going to go back with the jumping
Yeah,
shark.
what it means is, I mean, he's got the world by the tail, which is what you were saying too. I mean,
Was that the tail, the shark?
No. Yeah, I mean, it's great to be George Clooney.
Yeah, all right. And the last one, which I don't even want to talk, I just shout out this weatherman. San Antonio Chaps blogged it, getting a little fiery.
Not bad in the Northeast. Good place to be in the summertime. Yeah.
Oh, don't hurt him.
That's ridiculous. That's just too darn hot.
Nailed it.
119 degrees in Phoenix today.
He basically does this weird gesture as he's saying how hot it is, kind of around the Texas area. Dad, what do you think of it? You actually had a good comment. Oh, you started doing the rundown before we were on about the weatherman.
Oh, just that he is so old. How many weathermen do you think there are in this country that look like him?
There's not many.
No.
I don't even know what the point of a
Usually gotta be
weatherman.
hot.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Well, because
Oh,
why,
yeah, right, absolutely.
Because why else do you need a weatherman?
Right. I mean,
You
I feel
don't.
like
Exactly. I've actually wanted to do that at Barstool, like Hot Girl, like weather reports, traffic reports, where you just have like the news and they're just reading directly off. So you have a teleprompter. It's like, the traffic stinks on like the FDR, and then our person just repeats literally like the traffic stinks on the FDR next to it. You don't really need any of that.
no,
now
it's
with
all
the
about the
internet.
person or the show or whatever.
Right. So what, like he said, this is an old guy.
Yeah, it's an old guy. I mean, he's probably been doing this literally forever. And bottom line, like I feel like every 6 months or so, some weather dude pops up with something wild like this, just because they've been saying like either it's hot or cold for fucking 40 years.
Only so many ways.
At
to
some
dress that
point,
up.
right? You're gonna
Was he in
come up with
Texas?
something. He gave it like a nice.
Where was that?
Which I like.
San Antonio.
Yeah.
There used to be the guy in New Hampshire who was like borderline.
Oh, yeah,
like,
he was.
slow.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Hi everyone, how you doing? My TV meteorologist Al Capri. We have amplitudinal jet stream. There's a lot of amplitude, and usually this can designate and denote stormy weather. But we have ridging. But what's going to happen to this by the weekend is this is going to break down and flatten.
Yeah, there was an issue there.
Yeah, they let him go, but he was famous. That's it. That's all we got. It's again slow day. If KFC was here, I would have talked about David Harris going to the Pats, just ripping their guts out again. That's all I got. Anything post show? Anything we can think of? This is kind of the end of your like on camera stuff. You did Barstool Radio, and
Right.
then this.
Right. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I know.
Fun for me.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Belated.
Keegan, we're gonna be up in. We're
So
going to
go
be
to
at
the
the Travelers
Travelers
Championship.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going up tonight. We'll be at Chicago Sam's around. We're going to try to get there around 8 o'clock. Pass out shirts. Keegan's crew. They got an early fucking tea time, 7:30 tomorrow.
It is early.
Real early, but yeah.
Travelers is a good time. I've gone the last couple of years. Coley?
NBA Draft Show, Facebook Live tomorrow night, 7 p.m.
Okay, so we'll be able to push that tomorrow as well before.
Rundown comes out like right before,
Right.
so it's close.
So it's
That's what I'm
close. Yeah. What time is it?
7.
7. Okay. Your boy Trill I see in town.
Sure is.
Okay, so we got the A team, the NBA basketball A team here. So what is exactly happening on that show?
Me, Clem, Smitty, Tyler, studio show, and we have like half the office. Probably might take Francis. Who else? I think we got Frank the Tank singing a song for skits. It's gonna be a
Good
lot
show.
of action.
Did you see that article? The Celtics, like what Josh Jackson refused to work out for the Celtics?
Unless they guaranteed the pick. Yeah.
So that means they're not taking him, pretty much,
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
That's sad. Yeah, that is sad. That means we're taking the kid from Duke?
Most likely.
Don't like that guy. All right, that's the rundown.